No matter how bad things get on this floor, I must not tempt fate by asking if things could possibly get any worse, because of course they could. I could be fighting dragons or devils or even other adventurers that the sorceress has sent in my stead. They could be hungry and desperate for food, and would be willing to kill anyone for it. Truly, things are bad, but they could be far worse. I mean, there could be no chimeras and just more Medusas. Onwards I must go, into a teleporter that I don't know the end location of. But such has been the way in every single teleporter I've used in this place. Onward I go. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Dungeon Hack, and when last we left off, we're making really good progress in exploring this floor. We only have this quarter of the map to go, and we know where the exit is. The exit is just down there, down this southern corridor. But to get there, we'd have to backtrack, and there are some Medusas and likely a Chimera that would try and stop us. Meanwhile, we're going to step through this and hope that there aren't loads of enemies on the other side. And I unfortunately was mistaken, and now I am backing up very slowly down a corridor that I don't know the end location of. And I'm very glad to see that there is more down this corridor, and I can't see anything. That is really bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to rely on the map here and very carefully attack, because unfortunately we have the minor problem that we've no idea what's around. Somewhere there's an enemy down that corridor round the corner, and I can't see a thing because it's still very dark. There's something on the floor though. Can I? I can grab it. Excellent. It's a vermilion potion. I was very fortunate that I could grab that, and I don't know where that enemy has gone. Maybe that enemy is dead. Either way, I can see again, and it doesn't seem like that enemy is anywhere in sight. And so, we're going to go this way and pretend that we never went down that dark and gloomy corridor. And speaking of dark and gloomy corridors, there must be some sort of magical darkness that pervades areas on this floor. I hope that doesn't continue down on the lower levels. Who am I kidding? It's going to continue on the lower levels, isn't it? At least I have a pearl to open this with. Onwards I go, and hopefully I might find some armor that would be worth my exploring. There is a switch there that we're going to be pulling last, because we don't want to have more enemies appear before we've explored everywhere else first. Nothing there, nothing here, and that's a door that just opens with a switch, and there is another corridor, which leads to even more areas. I'm going to open that up right now. And there is nothing here. That is something that no matter what floor you're on, this game will do. How much have I explored of this already? Quite a lot is the answer, and I imagine that there is, maybe that just links up there. It might do. Maybe opening that door is entirely pointless. And the answer is, that's not the case, and there is a Chimera. Hello, Chimera, how are you? We're going to ignore you and move this way. Alright? Excellent. Nothing there, nothing here. And down leads to a small area that's winding in on itself, and True Seeing has expired, which is unfortunate because I'd really like to have True Seeing active right now. Just in case, let's cast Create Food and Water now, and then rest. Good idea. Actually, before we rest, let's have a look at our spells and see if we can get rid of some of the ones that we're just not using. Let's see. Heal's a good one, although I'm never ever really using it. In fact, Hero's Feast might be a better one. Restoration is a good one to have ready. Let's see. Cure Light, Detect Magic, Protection from Evil I never really cast, but it might be useful. Detect Pits will be very useful. They're good just as a contingency. Flame Blade is good just so that I have a spell that deals fire damage on hand. And I think all of this is pretty good. Yep, all that is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with all of that. So let us rest. There may be a lot of redundancy in the spells I have prepared, but I'd much rather have the spells than not have them. Alright, let's get ready. True Seeing. And then we shall have some, let's see, some prayer here, and then some aid, And then I think we'll have a spiritual hammer. Why not, eh? It's served us in good stead all this time. It can continue to serve us in good stead now. And I've got them the wrong way round. Excellent. No idea why I like having the ranged attack on the lower of the two buttons. It just seems to work better for me. And there's nothing here at all. But is there something up to the north there? Let's have a look. The answer, no. And there is no switch either. So we're just going to go back to that door that I didn't open and open it. And hopefully there won't be more than that chimera. Who am I kidding? There's going to be far more than that chimera behind that door. Open! It did. And let's go fight that chimera. Hello, how are you? Well, there was a fireball there. Keyword was. We totally avoided it. And the chimera is dead. But is there more than the chimera? I have not saved yet. I should save if there's going to be a dark area there. It's a good idea just in case I walk right up to a Medusa. I wonder if that even works, because I can't see the Medusa. Therefore, the petrification surely can't work. Well, there's only one way to find out there is an item. Scale mail. It's cursed. Let's just put that down, shall we? Never mind. And there's an enemy there. I really don't want to... Ow! 21 points of damage. Let's just launch some attacks here. In the dark! I'm very glad about the fact that this is very likely a chimera. It is a chimera. That is because, I knew because of the ranged attacks. And now we are cleric level 12, and we gained a whole 2 hit points. We're getting a lot of levels here. We have 1 extra 4th level spell. I think a Cure Serious might be a good idea. We also have another 2 6th level spells. So we can have a Harm and a Soul Searing Orb, because why not have an extra ranged attack, eh? We also have 2 extra 3rd level spells, which is pretty handy. Remove Curse. We don't really need. Protection from Fire might be useful, though. And we could have an extra, let's see, an extra Dispel Magic, perhaps? Anything else that we can... 1 extra 2nd level spell. Might as well have another, let's see. Hold Person isn't very useful right now, so we'll get rid of that. 1 more Aid and a Slow Poison. Good idea, I think. Do we have any more 1st level spells? We have 2 more 1st level spells. We'll just have another Cure Light and a Bless. Marvellous! And now, let us descend into the dark once more. Ignore that chainmail that is useless and cursed, and carry on our way, quite merrily. Well, as merrily as we can... as merrily as we could possibly do so, with a Medusa there. Not very merrily at all. Hello! I don't want to try and find out if you can actually petrify me, so I'm just going to keep throwing this weapon until you die. And you are not yet dead. But that's okay, because you're dead now. Let us move on. It's a good thing that the auto map still fills in. Oh, hello! And a chimera suddenly just appears to interrupt our foray, not in the dark. Alright, we'll just throw something at you there. Really, I should have a fire protection spell ready right now, and cast. I do have one. It's not a very good one, though. Mr. Chimera, come this way! Die this way. Alright, time to do this again. This time with less getting attacked as soon as we get into this area. I really don't like the areas that are shrouded in darkness. They're very dangerous. There are going to be more of them. I imagine there'll be submerged areas and more areas with teleporters, and this place is just treacherous. So very, very treacherous. And there's nothing here at all. That is because we have explored absolutely everything on this level. And so there's only one more thing that we can do, and that is to head down to the next floor. After healing, of course. We're definitely going to need to do some healing. Let's get a Cure Serious. We're not doing very well on gaining more health, and that's unfortunate. But hey, we're getting a fair amount of spell casting, and we can use the spell casting to replenish our health anyway. It's a good thing that we have all this spell casting, and it's not a good thing that we can't see. We have to pay close attention to that minimap when that happens. And so it's time for us to backtrack some more. And there is a problem with this. The problem with this is that the previous room has a pair of enemies, and they look to me, or is it just one enemy? Either way, we need to watch out, because that one enemy is very likely to be a chimera, or even a Medusa. It could still be a Medusa. And because the Medusas have a tendency to kill you instantly, I'm just gonna save and go into here. Let's just go forward very quickly, and it was a Medusa. I'm very glad that I did that. You are heading this way, but that's okay, because we will kill you eventually, and you are gone. Time to deal with that poison. Excellent! I'm glad I have that spell prepared. To get out of here, we don't want to use this one. We want to use the one down there, don't we? We do. And unfortunately, there is a problem with that. The problem being that, we kind of have to get past even more enemies. Yes, there is going to be another save, because, hopefully once we get past this area, we don't have to ever deal with all these Medusas ever again. And we are back here, which means we need to enter into this one. Actually, that brings us right back to where we were before, so we need to enter into this one, and that brings us to here. And we want to go into... We are going entirely the wrong way, aren't we? Those are the stairs up. We don't want to go up, so we're going the wrong way. Alright, we actually want to leave very quickly. We want to leave very quickly. We actually want to go this way. Silly me. And then we want to very quickly get away from you. You know what? We're actually going to ignore you. Have fun trying to reach us and pathfind down this corridor, because you won't be able to. Sometimes running away is the correct choice. We're just going to deal with food, and then get ready for quite possibly anything that might happen down on the next floor. It could literally be any different pair of monsters, could be things we've seen before. I'm not going to put it past the game to throw enemies at us that we've already encountered. You know what I'd really like to face right now? I'd really like to face, I don't know, Minotaurs. Just a whole floor of Minotaurs. That would be amazing. I don't think the game is going to throw an entire floor of Minotaurs at me, is it? No, it is not. But free action we shall have ready and cast. And we shall also have water breathing, protection from fire. I'm getting ready with absolutely everything, because for all I know, there could be anything down there. We also want, let's see, what else do we want? Negative plane protection, that's also a good idea. A single casting of aid. And I think somewhere around here we have resist cold. Excellent. And do we need anything else? We need true seeing, that's what we need. And we also need a spiritual hammer. And I probably missed something. But either way, we're as ready as we're likely ever going to be. I definitely have free action cast. Yes, I do. And now, saving once more, we descend down into the dark, dark depths of the 9th floor of the game. We are actually very nearly halfway through this dungeon. Time to go down. I hope there aren't terrible monsters waiting for me. And then basilisks, and we die horribly. We get lots of experience for going down here. Oh, it's a Minotaur! I did not know it would actually be a Minotaur. You know what? I am really, really glad to see that it's a Minotaur. And here is a journal page. Let's give this a read, shall we? I have made a wonderful discovery. Even though I am not a thief, gloves of dexterity allow me to pick locks. Curious. I shall have to see if I have some gloves of dexterity. I do have some gauntlets, but I don't think they'll work as a replacement. And so, we have Minotaurs on this floor. Loads of Minotaurs. This makes a very, very welcome change indeed. At least compared to the floor that we were just on. Let's open this door and see what other enemy awaits us. And this is when the other enemy is something horrifying, isn't it? We'll just grab this key. There are lots of keys that the game is throwing at us right now, and I feel like we need to drop something. Or we could just eat an apple. That seems like a good plan. There we go. Hunger has been replenished, and now we move forward. I didn't need to grab that key, really, because we already have one of them due to my, bit with the chimes of opening. I don't see any secrets or anything like that. I also don't see any pits either. I see lots and lots of keys, however. So many keys. Alright, we need to drop something now. What do we need to drop? We could drop some of these. Let's drop some more of these coins. We don't really need all of these coins. Always a good idea to check around that corner before you decide to open any doors. We can come back for the coins. Actually, we should really do that. There we go. And now we'll turn around this corner and move on. The walls almost feel slimy. More minotaurs, though. I'm actually quite happy to see minotaurs. They're enemies I'm familiar with. I don't really want to find the other foe, though, although I will eventually, I'm sure. I really don't like the fact that the walls are so slimy. I'm just going to double check on the creatures that I'm fighting, that these aren't a different kind of minotaur. Let's have a look, and the answer is they're not. They're just minotaurs. That's quite a relief, a welcome reprieve at the halfway point of this dungeon. And there is another door, it opens with a switch, and still no really dangerous enemies, and no deviation on the path that we're treading on. It's all just one long passageway. It really is just one long passageway. Look at the map. We started here and we've just been going all the way along. This is definitely a level where we could get surrounded if we're not careful. And there is another minotaur. In fact, there are another 2 minotaurs here, because I think there's one around the corner too. Hello, how are you? 10 damage, wasn't quick enough there to move out the way, but that's alright. What isn't alright is the slow amount of damage that the minotaurs are dealing to me. Alright, heal a little bit, and then heal a little bit more with this cure light that I have here. And I have another one too. I have loads of them, actually. There we go. We have far more healing than we could ever imagine that we would have had when we started. I think that's probably enough. Also, I think I saw that 49 change to a 50 there. Evidence that the Iron Stone of Regeneration is working. Very slowly, mind you, but it's still working. And here is the only deviation on the path that we've seen so far. And there was nothing of significance on that path. Maybe there are some floors where there is only one enemy. That would actually be really nice to see. Just a floor with minotaurs and nothing else at all, apart from the one more difficult enemy. Alright, we'll use the stone key to unlock this, and imagine if there'd been a Medusa there and the game went, surprise! And then we were dead. This is yet another key. This is the level where keys are found, where dead ends appear, and when you have one long passageway that leads to the exit eventually. It's not like all the other floors that we've been on, which have multiple paths that you can take. This one pretty much is, hey, there's one way you can go, and that's it. They really should just have a pit down here at some point. And now there'll be a... Oh, hello, I just walked right into you. I'm very glad that you're a Minotaur. And that is a switch for a door that we're going to open. We have no choice but to open it, because this is the only way that we can go. And here is a set of bracers. Might as well grab them, I suppose. They're magical. We could try putting them on and see what they do. If we put them on, let's see what happens to our... Doesn't seem like very much happens at all. There's a Minotaur there, though. We really want to, 8 points of damage. That's alright, though. We really want to be a little bit more observant, though, when we're equipping items like that. This is going to be a very interesting floor. I imagine we're going to have a small bit of passageway, a dead end, wind over to here, and the only doors we've had to open have been doors that have led down the same passageway. No doors that lead to rooms with monsters in them. None at all. And when we come back, folks, we'll continue to explore this floor. This floor that has surprised me with how linear and simple it is. After all the floors that I've seen that have so many branching paths, it's actually a welcome thing indeed. But I don't think Celadran likes it that much. I don't think he trusts it, and to be honest, I don't trust it that much either. I can imagine the end of this area having a massive location just full of enemies, but hey, who knows? Maybe just Minotaurs all the way through. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. 9 floors in, and only Minotaurs? There's got to be something more vicious down here. A dragon or something. But only a short while ago I was hoping that there wouldn't be worse things down here. And now that I've found a floor where there aren't worse things down here, I'm doubting it. This dungeon's really getting to me. I need to focus on finding the orb and nothing else. The Minotaurs being here is a good thing, and that's all I should focus on. Finding the orb, and being thankful that there are only Minotaurs here. Only Minotaurs. I've been in here way too long if I'm happy about the fact that there are only Minotaurs. Later.